Hello everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise and today I'm using it's the Monster Tarot, but you spell it like Monstarot. It's by Joanna Nelson. It's a fun deck. Okay, so this reading is for Thursday, May 13th, 2021, and of course I'm looking for a spiritual message to help heal our souls, but also guidance for the day. So we have the moon is the theme, and then we have the Two of Cups and the Ten of Swords flanking the moon. So with the moon, you can see you can see in the image we've got like the wolf and the dog, and usually people go with like which wolf do you feed or which dog do you feed, whichever, like the darker the light kind of a meaning. But I tend to go with facing the unconscious fears, looking at the unconscious, and you want to embrace them both. I never want to stuff anything down. If unconscious material comes up, I'm going to milk it for all I can to get as much information out of it, because that's how you heal. It's just like this card is a perfect example, or one of the perfect cards to dive into the meaning that Carl Jung, what he meant when he said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. So we can see we've got the lobster. It's one of the reasons I love this deck is it's very playful and fun, but it holds fast to the Joanna Nelson, the artist. She held fast to the traditional Rider-Waite meaning. So although I don't know why, this is different. This is new here. There's a little monster playing the violin. So I'll have to address that in a moment. But anyway, back to the lobster. The lobster has to do with our deep primal fears. So you want to face all your fears. Otherwise, they they control your life. And this is a perfect example of it. Sometimes the card can come through when there's some deception going on, like somebody's trying to pull the wool over our eyes. There's that possibility. The violin, I have no idea. Hold on, let me look, grab the book. Why did she put a violin there? Okay, so she interprets it as a gentle sleeping moon helps guide you by providing a dim light along the path you will travel towards a higher understanding. Yeah, because you can definitely, we all have our wise unconscious. It's time to find a way to stop letting your imagination run wild with anxiety. Yeah, that's usually what the lobster's about. Those old primal fears. Things are not as they appear. Instead, listen to the soft sounds of your inner voice. Oh, that's what the violin is. Oh, that's beautiful. And she calls it a bug. The bug plays a sweet melody on the violin into the night sky. Digging deep now past the illusion and deception, meditate on that melody, which is your inner voice singing to you. That's fantastic. And then she says that the meaning is the sleeping moon represents dreams, what am I saying? Dreams, and reminds us that its light casts only shadows. Here's a world of dark things that are not quite what they should be, more what you perceive them to be. Yeah, it's time to trust your instincts and intuition to fully understand what's going on. And I like that, because it came through upright, which means that really have to dive into the unconscious to get to that deeper truth, and trusting your inner voice. That's what the violin is about. That's beautiful. So yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory there, but being flanked by the Two of Cups and the Ten of Swords, that brings in a completely different element of relationship. So this would mean that the moon can come up when you're kind of afraid of maybe some intimacy issues. Maybe you're afraid of being betrayed again, like happened in the past. So this can play out a lot of different ways depending on your situation. It can be that old fears are coming up from the past. You're in a new friendship, partnership, or relationship. Sometimes the Two of Cups has to do with a health-related issue and someone who's helping you through it, because we have the caduceus here, and that is one of the meanings with the Two of Cups. But it's also any type of a partnership, any type of attraction, and coming together, the forces of love coming through both of you and connecting, which is beautiful. And your love connecting with the forces of love and with each other, that's really beautiful. And then sometimes when the forces of love are so strong, it scares us, and we go into a place where we're afraid of the intimacy, or afraid of maybe being rejected. Whatever the fears are, that's what the moon would represent. And you're going to have to dig deep to figure out what those fears are. But with the Ten of Swords here, we have some clues, and it's afraid of being betrayed. Literally betrayed. And that's what the Ten of Swords is all about, being, you can see it right here in the image, stabbed in the back. Maybe you're also just afraid of failure. Maybe you're afraid of big changes that will happen. Like if this is a medical issue and you're having to work with someone, you're going to have to trust them, but you're also going to need to trust your intuition with the moon. And it will bring up old fears of failing, fears of making changes, fears of things ending, fear of loss and pain, basically. That's, if we want to read it just the most simple way, it's relationships or health issues and coming together brings up the fear of loss and pain. So, of course, going into the fear is what will turn everything around. That is exactly what will change, make the outcome something that is aligned with truth. Because our fears are not aligned with truth. They're aligned with, we have good reason to have the fears. And some of it's programmed, from our parents, like you better do this or it's a lot of it is limitations that we put upon. They're not based in truth. They're based in like a limitation of the past. And so we're talking, belief systems that aren't necessarily truth. So we always have to ask, under the light of the moon, and asking your inner small voice here, here we are, the river of life. So on our path, we're always going to need every turn and every step of the way, we're always going to need to keep focusing on, what is the real truth? What is the truth here about this? If I open my heart completely, what does that mean? Does that mean I have to give myself away? No. Does that mean you have to submit in order to be loved? No. But if you had relationships like that, or if you grew up in a home like that, where you had to submit to your parents' control in order to get their love, like always be the good girl or the good little boy, all that, you will have those tapes that are still running around in your head and in your psyche, in your soul, and you're going to have to literally, face that and clear it out. I actually love this image, and more I'm looking at it, like one's howling at the moon and the other one's going, okay, whatever, dude. And which one's in illusion is the question, right? Because one of these guys is in fear and the other one's facing the fear. And I love the little bug that is, says, listen to your inner voice. So the inner voice will be your observer self. It will be your higher self that says, wait a minute, is this really true? Or is this that old tape that's running? And maybe that's what needs to be healed here. You know, with the caduceus and the Two of Cups, that's all about healing. So that's lovely. Now, maybe in relationship, because, you know, I'm still in relationship fears, maybe you're afraid of being rejected. And that's what's coming up. And that would be the fear that, you know, the loss that you're fearing is just being rejected. What if it's fear of being controlled, which would create an ending? So whatever the fear is about being in relationship, in partnership of any type, that's what needs to be faced. It's basically, like I said, the fear of loss and pain. So I don't know if I can add any more to this right now. Well, I mean, I could, you know, we could go much, much deeper if it was, if I actually had someone here. Or I was connecting with one of you over Zoom or FaceTime or phone or Skype, and you had a relationship issue, then yeah, we can get all, you know, deep inside of it. But for this purpose here, just general for the day, I'm going to have to leave it right where it is. So, okay, well, that's it. I hope you guys are well. And I hope you're working to face your fears every day. It's not fun, but, you know, it's the best work we can do. So, okay, well, take good care. I'll be back later. Bye.